premise, they become legally responsible for compliance issues in relation to health and safety and fire risk assessments, etc. It's really important that they give all of these things a general health check to ensure that these things are either compliant, or if they're missing, that they can rectify these things. They need to know that everything that they have is compliant, as it's now their responsibility. If they don't do that and something were to happen, then it would be their responsibility, and that could lead to criminal sanctions or civil sanctions. A fire risk assessment is a legal obligation. It needs to be written down if they have 5 or more employees. They need to go around the site and make it site specific. It identifies risks and identifies mitigation against those risks. Safety risk assessment is something that is a legal obligation. Again, if they have 5 or more employees, they will need to have that written down. It needs to identify health and safety risks that are site specific, and it provides mitigation for those risks, and all staff should be trained in relation to it. A safe system of work is a way of managing health and safety risks. It enables an employer to provide a system in which employees all conduct the operation in the same way, and it enables them to ensure compliance. Health and safety policy is a legal requirement. Again, if a company has 5 or more employees, it should be written down. It should be explained to staff, and they should be trained in relation to it. But it provides an overview of the company's obligations that they are setting out and going to comply with in relation to health and safety. As a food business operator, they have to register with their local authority. They should be doing this 28 days before they open or they're going to start operating. This enables local authorities to ensure that they know who are food business operators, and enables them to complete checks with those food business operators and ensure they are complying with food safety. In relation to staff training, companies should ensure that all fire risk assessments, health and safety risk assessments policies are given to staff. They are provided with training in relation to them, as a policy is only as good as the staff that are implementing it, and if they haven't been trained, then it's hard to show to a regulator that you have a compliance within your company, as the staff need to know what they are and how to implement them. In relation to weights and measures, new licensees should have regard to what they're selling to customers and how they're selling it to customers. They should ensure that they are compliant with the measures that are itemised within the legislation, and ensure that all the vestibules that they sell alcohol in are CE marked and compliant with legislation. Additional to consider, such as working from height. If deliveries are going down cellar hatches, they should consider how they monitor staff and make them safe. Possibly they should also think about their licensing conditions, because breach of those is a criminal offence, so they should think about their compliance in that regard as well.